This is the Plaud Note Pro AI voice recorder. If you're thinking about picking one up, I just want to walk you through my experience. When I picked it up, the size was the first thing I noticed. It is about the size of a credit card and only 2.99 millimeters thick. It weighs around 30 grams, so I barely notice it in my pocket. The black aluminum body feels solid, and the textured front gives me enough grip. The smooth back does collect fingerprints, but that has not caused any real problem. There is a small AMOLED display at the top. It shows the recording status, elapsed time, and battery level. I like having that information directly on the recorder. With some small recorders I have used, I had to open an app just to make sure the recording had started. Here, I can check it with a quick glance. The main control is a single button. I press and hold it to start recording, and the vibration confirms that it is running. It took me a few tries to get used to the timing. The button can feel a little picky if I press it too quickly, but it became easier after a few days. Setup was simple for me. I installed the Plaud app, created an account, paired the recorder, and followed the instructions. Bluetooth handles the connection, while Wi-Fi helps move larger audio files to my phone. Transfers have been fairly quick in my use. I have not had a failed transfer or lost recording so far. The recorder has 64 gigabytes of internal storage. That is enough for hundreds of hours of audio, depending on the recording settings. I have not come close to filling it during normal use. I still move important recordings to the app and organize them there rather than leaving everything on the device. I mainly used it for meetings, longer conversations, and personal voice notes. I placed it near the middle of a table, and it picked up several voices clearly. The 4 microphones work well in a quiet room. Voices from farther away become less clear, especially past about 3 meters. Background noise also affects the transcript more than the recording itself. One feature I used more than I expected is press to highlight. During a recording, I can press the button to mark an important moment. When the app creates a summary, it gives that section more attention. I found this useful when someone mentioned a deadline, a number, or a decision that I knew I would need later. After I stop recording, the file has to sync before I can get the transcript and summary. This is not live transcription. I cannot watch the words appear while someone is speaking. That may matter if I need text during a meeting. For my routine, waiting until the conversation is finished has been manageable. The transcription has been accurate with clear speech. It can separate speakers and let me rename them in the app. I still check names, numbers, and technical terms because the text is not always correct. Strong accents, mixed languages, and noisy rooms can lower the accuracy. It supports 112 languages, but the result still depends heavily on the quality of the recording. The summaries save me time when I need the main points, without replaying an hour of audio. I can create action items, shorter notes, or a mind map. There are many templates in the app, though I only use a few that fit my routine. I treat the AI output as a draft. I always review it before I share or rely on it. Ask Plaud is also useful once I have several recordings stored. I can ask about a detail from an earlier meeting instead of opening every transcript. It works well when the original transcript captured the detail correctly. If the transcript missed something, the search cannot fix that. For phone calls, I attach the recorder to the back of my phone using the magnetic case. It uses vibration to capture the call. I got usable results when the recorder had close contact with the phone. A thick protective case reduced the quality, so I had to remove it. Call recording also does not work the same way when I use wired or wireless headphones because the sound is no longer passing through the phone in a way the sensor can capture properly. Before using it, I was concerned about battery life. In my routine, I have not needed to charge it every day. Plaud rates it for up to 30 hours in enhanced mode or up to 50 hours in endurance mode. My actual result changes with the mode and how often I transfer files. Charging takes around 2 hours. The charging cable is one of my main concerns. It uses a magnetic pogo pin connection instead of a regular USB-C port. The cable can detach if I move the recorder while it is charging. I also need to remember to pack that specific cable. If I lose it while traveling, a normal phone cable will not help. The included magnetic case holds the recorder securely. It can feel tight when I try to slide the recorder out, but I would rather have that than a loose fit. The magnetic attachment is convenient with a compatible phone. An adhesive magnetic ring is another option if my phone or case does not support that connection. Compared with recording directly on my phone, this is easier to leave on a table while keeping my phone free. It also gives me a physical button and a clear display. Compared with a basic digital recorder, the app does more with the audio after I record it. The trade-off is that much of the value depends on the app, cloud processing, and an internet connection. That cloud requirement is worth thinking about. Recordings need to be uploaded for AI transcription and summaries. Plaud lists security and privacy standards including GDPR, SOC 2, HIPAA, ISO 27001, and ISO 27701. Even so, I would still check my workplace rules and local recording laws before capturing private conversations. I also make sure everyone has agreed to be recorded. There is a free monthly transcription allowance, but it can run out quickly if I record meetings every day. The included amount and paid plans can change, so I would check the current terms before buying. The recorder still holds audio without a paid plan, but frequent transcription may add an ongoing cost. That is probably the biggest practical expense beyond the device itself. I think this makes sense for me when I spend a lot of time in meetings, interviews, classes, or long conversations and need searchable notes afterward. It is less useful if I only record something once in a while, need live captions, cannot upload audio to the cloud, or do not want another subscription. My experience has been mostly positive because it lets me pay attention to the conversation instead of constantly writing. I like the small size, the display, the storage, and the way the app organizes recordings. I would not buy it only for basic voice recording, because a phone can already handle that. I would consider it for the transcription, speaker labels, summaries, and searchable history. If those features fit the way I work, I think it is a practical option. I would just factor in the transcription plan, the cloud requirement, and the proprietary charging cable before making the decision. If there is anything specific you want me to test, leave a question in the comments. Thank you for watching.